Hey everyone, Charting Man Dan from ChartGuys.com. You know, behind every single video that we put out every single day, there's a wonderful community of traders that we want to invite you to be a part of. Try the free 7-day trial and gain access to our live market broadcasts every morning and afternoon, interact with hundreds of like-minded traders, or take part in one of our dedicated chat rooms, each led by an analyst that's there to answer your questions in real time. Our trial is risk-free with absolutely no commitment or credit card required to experience the TCG community. For those looking for a head start in technical analysis, check out our entries and exits course in the link below in the description. Get up to speed with the fundamentals of TCG technical analysis and experience over 5 hours of great community-driven trading education.
Hey guys, it's James of the Chart Guys. It is Thursday, May 4th. Going to do my nightly video on gold. So gold, we have this test of the 20 MA weekly coming up. We'll see if it holds. If it breaks through this 20 MA weekly, then again, these are the supports to watch. The low of this candle at 1196.80, and then the low of 1194.50. Bulls definitely need to hold that 1194.50, or we will be creating a lower low on the weekly. And as far as the US dollar Japanese yen goes, same thing on the weekly. We are coming up on the 20 MA resistance test here. And we'll see how it does. And I told you I shared this downtrend line on the weekly here, and currently it's still rejecting there. And I'm surprised that gold didn't move more today with the pullback in the US dollar Japanese yen. So currently the daily US dollar Japanese yen has a potentially a bearish reversal candle here at the top of the uptrend, showing a trend change. We'll confirm that with a red day tomorrow. We had one appear as well right at the 50 MA rejecting. Expected some pullback, but it didn't continue up. So I would wait for this to develop into a confirmation that this is indeed a trend reversal here. And what we want to do is break the low of today of 112.30, and then really would like to get below this this candle here at 111.95. As far as the miners go, still weakness, and I keep saying on the daily, you need to wait for this 4 EMA minimum to become support. We haven't had one close above it. We had that inside candle that I mentioned yesterday, bear break, and we had a gap down and further downside today. There was some dip buying today, so we'll see if it reverses and we go back and fill the gap. The resistance to look for a gap fill is a high of, for senior miners, at 21.31. And junior miners, same thing. Not as strong as a reversal candle here. Just, yeah, not much as much dip buying here, but the high 30.38, break that, we're in that gap fill territory. The support is going to be obviously the low of today at 29.33. Start looking at the weekly supports here next on the junior and senior miners. The next support I see on the weekly here is the low here of 28.84 on GDXJ, then 27.37. We really don't want to break that 27.37 as we will then pull back even further potentially and retest the lows here. So we'll see how that happens. GDX, the senior miners, after that support, the low of today, our next weekly support. We already broke a lower low on this weekly, so we need to be mindful of that. So we have on this bounce, we have a high, we have a low, we have a lower high, and now a lower low. Any bounce we get, we need to break above a higher high to know that this trend is continuing, or it's just going to be another lower high now. There is a bounce, I think, that is coming up soon. We have this weekly MACD turning bearish. Last time we've had those weekly MACDs turn bearish, we've had some much more downside, so be careful here. So you see these weekly MACDs turning bearish here and much more downside. The daily on GDX, not quite oversold yet. Still have some room to go. GDXJ is oversold in that bounce territory. And you can see that silver really led the way down for gold. It often does. It makes, you know, a move before gold does, showing us direction. And what I would watch for on silver is to see when it reverses. The silver daily RSI is extremely low. It is historically at those points where we tend to at least get a short-term bounce. Here, some short-term bounce here. A little bit of a bounce here, so look for potentially a short-term bounce here. The RSI is so bad right now. And another thing I'm looking at, the the leverage ETFs, their dailies are pretty extremely oversold. Like JNUG is oversold, RSI, Nugget not so oversold. And I was watching JDST today. You can see that there's definitely overbought RSI here, potentially where it's pulled back in the past here several times on the daily. So watch that as well. It has gone higher before, but that's pretty extreme. So we'll see. It's right. It did close above its 200 MA. What I was watching for with this overbought RSI was a rejection at this 200 MA, but that's a pretty strong close above the 200 MA. So we'll look for resistance at the high of today and support at the low of today. And further out on JDST, you can see on the weekly it's at a higher high, which is great for the bulls who are, or the bear minor bulls. And we've closed above the weekly. We're above the 20 weekly MA where we rejected last week. So by setting a higher high here on the weekly and getting above this 20 MA, that's pretty strong. Any pullback, I would look for support now at the high of this weekly here at 94, and then we're going to look at 87.08, and then obviously we're going to look for the back test of the 20 MA. So right now, bear minor bulls full control, and bull minor bears are in full control. There is no indication that gold or silver is reversing yet. And again, I've been mentioning this in my past videos on the 4-hour chart for gold. We need to set a higher high on gold, which we have yet to do. I mentioned it many times that we're setting lower highs, lower high, 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 lower high. So now to set a higher high, we're gonna have to get above. We're gonna have to go all the way back up above 1240, 170. So that's gonna be the higher high here. And just be patient for the daily on the bull miners to gain that 4 EMA on the daily to even consider any type of position. If there is a move up, you're not missing much by trying to guess the bottom. You're just catching a falling knife, and those people who continue to average down, that's not a good strategy to continue to average down, hoping that it finally finds bottom. So be careful, be patient, wait for that setup to happen. And on gold, wait for a higher high to form on the 4-hour chart, which is unable to do in quite some time now since the top. Have a good night, and I'll see you tomorrow.